Let's take you to Limpopo now, where the province has welcomed at least 50 babies since midnight. The new mothers, among them 5 teen mothers, welcomed 25 baby boys and 25 baby little girls. Last year, Limpopo recorded 253 babies on Christmas Day. This morning, Health MEC Phophi Ramathuba is welcoming newborns at the Mankweng Hospital. Our reporter, Moloko Moloto, is there this morning. Hopefully, you've gotten an opportunity to see the little newborns. Moloko Moloto, very good morning to you and Merry Christmas to you and all the mothers there that have been fortunate enough to bring children into the world. Tell us about your engagements with them, the MEC, and their experience overall.
Indeed, Merry Christmas to you. We are at the Mankweng Tertiary and Academic Hospital. I'm told this is one of the 2 tertiary hospitals in the province of Limpopo. In total, as you correctly said, by now, because we must understand these are preliminary numbers, at least from midnight to date, up to now, there's about 50 babies that were born, and there seemed to be a balance there, 50-50. 25 of the 50 are boys and the other 25 are girls. And we understand that, unfortunately, among those who gave birth, there are teenagers, the youngest being 15 years old. But at the hospital we are at now, we were told, as the MEC of Health, Dr. Phophi Ramathuba, this morning, along with the leadership of the hospital, Dr. Muilwa, as they were touring, as well as the executive mayor of Polokwane, going through the wards, speaking and giving the presents to the new mothers. We were told that in total there are 6. But let's bring her into this conversation. Dr. Phophi Ramathuba, thank you so much for your time. Maybe if you can start by giving us a picture province-wise as to how the numbers stand. And we understand that there's one area where you just have so many mothers who are teenagers.
Merry Christmas to you and all your viewers out there. Yes, indeed. By 6:30 in the morning, we had we were blessed with 50 babies. That time around last year, we had 40. So there's an increment. Our next statistics will be collecting at 11. So I'm sure by 11, we might have doubled the number, but definitely the number has increased. Of course, Waterberg and Mbembe districts, they're having 7 each, whereas the remaining 3 districts, Mopani, Skukune, and Capricorn, 12. We are happy about the outcome, wherein both the mothers of these 50 babies and the children are well. Like I was saying to you earlier on, that in the midwife language, they will say the ABGA score was 10-10, meaning the baby breath well, the colors being, the heart rate, everything, every vital of the baby after being born cried. It shows that the circulation, baby is fine, which I even said it can translate into probably 100% matric pass rates in future if all our midwives can support the pregnant woman antenatally, and also during perinatal, during delivery, and also postnatal, the mother breastfeed exclusively for 6 months and only start introducing other feeds after 6 months. So that is important for the intellectual capacity and development of the baby. So we think we've got a major role to play as healthcare workers. So hence I was saying to them, it will be important for us to treat every day as a Christmas day, because we have not registered any maternal death, nor have we registered any perinatal death. So that means that if we work like this on a daily basis, it is possible to have a 0 avoidable maternal death.
And I guess, MEC, one thing you emphasized as well was the importance of mothers attending clinics even the moment they become aware that they are pregnant. How important is that?
The moment you miss your periods and do a pregnancy test and decide to keep a baby, it is important for you to follow. Don't wait to say, I need to wait until it's visible. And also the midwives, we're always saying to them, don't tell them it's too early. There's never been too early to visit antenatal. There is too late visiting antenatal. We've got to pick up diseases that you have as a mother, which could complicate during delivery. For instance, if you are diabetic or you are hypertensive and we are not aware, especially hypertension, it's got its own complication during delivery. If you have got other conditions, if you have not been vaccinated for measles as a mother, we need to do all these tests when you're pregnant. And also, importantly, as South Africans, we've done well in terms of fighting HIV and AIDS, in terms of our program of prevention of mother-to-child HIV infection. I'm still worried because we still have got 0.5% of babies born out of HIV-positive mothers in the province being positive themselves, whereas we have got a program where if a mother tests for HIV while pregnant, will put her on that program, which will assist and sometimes guarantee the baby to be born HIV negative. So that is it. If you are a high risk, we'll book you for high risk. If you've got multiple pregnancy, you know, we want to get these surprises where a poor midwife is subjected to deliver quadruplets. A woman who was not even aware that she's got 4 babies, and that is a risk, and also putting a risk on the profession and the career of the midwife. And so antenatal clinic, it's a must.
Yeah. There's the general acceptance that babies are a blessing. However, when a baby or a child gives birth to a baby, it's a problem, because surely a 15-year-old, she was raped. This is statutory rape. In Malamulele, there are teenagers, 5 of them, just in that area alone. How are we going to approach this matter?
I'm on my way to Malamulele from here. It was not on my schedule, but having received such news, I think we need to look into each case, and a police must be involved. Anyone who is below the age of 16, you're quite right, it's statutory rape. We are doing this not because we want to embarrass the teenager. We're doing this because we need to protect. We must also follow up all these teenagers who have given birth, hand them over to social development. They need to follow them, hand them over back to basic education. They need to go back to school, because what we've seen is that they get to be dropped out. Majority of teenagers who give birth are also orphans. They don't have the support system at home. So that is why, as a society, we've got to come in and make sure that we play that role, a parental role. But Collins Chabane, we know, even in terms of our reports, that they've not been doing well when it comes to teenage pregnancy. It's very rife in that area. You'll remember there was a year where I have adopted Mokwatedi, a school where 38 learners fall pregnant. We brought in everyone who is part of a leader in the society, whether it's the church, is the traditional leaders, and then we were able to eradicate, and we're now speaking at 0. So it is possible that we can win in this battle. But however, on this one that has happened in Malamulele, yes, we celebrate babies, but these ones we cannot celebrate. We must also remind society to say, when a teenager falls pregnant, these midwives will tell you that it is a risk on its own. It is the very same Malamulele where one of the teenager in 1 year, after giving birth, throw the baby in the pit toilet. The community was demonizing seeing this person being evil, forgetting that that could be a mental issue. Postpartum psychosis as a result of postpartum depression, which could have been brought by the pressure of having to take care of a baby when you yourself, it's a baby. Because even us who are full-grown mothers, when you had to deal with a little one with colic crying at night, you would be shocked. And even if you are a medical doctor, forget about medicine that this happens. So what about a 15-year-old who still needs to be assisted to how to dress properly, how to bath? It's expected to look after the baby. When we look at the malnutrition cases, which some of them are referred in this hospital, you see that the mothers of those malnourished babies, despite some government programs of child support grant, are babies born out of teenagers.
Okay. MEC, maybe let's shift our focus to this army in white. These are the midwives who have assisted in giving birth, and many of them across the province and the country. At the time when many of us are having good time at home, they are here doing this essential work. How do we appreciate them?
Of course, no amount of words will say thank you. But if I can tell you, you have seen yourself when you arrive. They were singing. The joy of them singing a bouncing baby boy or girl because of their effort. They know if they were not here, those 6 babies, 3 will not probably be here. It is through their efforts. No amount of money that you can give us as healthcare workers could be compared to the joy that we feel when we see that we have brought life or we have saved life in the other side, the casualty. So for me, I'm saying to them, I'm really grateful and appreciating. Some people during this period bring in sick notes, some bring fake leaves, some bring all sorts of reasons why they can't be at work because they want to be with their families. But this army, that is your Florence Nightingale, your Messi Siliwa Makiwan, your Mama Albertina Sisulu, these are the armies that, despite against all odds, they would say, while we have got children who wants to go to church with us today, while we've got family to have Christmas lunch, but MEC, because Tumamina is for all of us, we are going to be here and make sure that we save lives and preserve lives and bring life to earth.
Yeah, maybe if Rafiwa, you still have time, let me engage one of them. Amara Pala, thank you so much. Tell us about your experience here. Have you been working here for a number of years to a point that you have seen so many kids being born in front of you, particularly during this time of the year?
Yes, I'm very honored and grateful to be working on Christmas Day. And I don't know, every Christmas Day I'm on duty. I think it's a blessing and it's a wonderful, very nice to receive that baby from God, knowing the secret of God, receiving that baby, saving that life. I'm so very proud and I'm very happy to be here.
Very happy to be here. We are also happy to be here, Rafiwa, considering that this hospital, the MEC was just saying a short while ago that last year it was an eyesore, but I can tell you it looks new, it's refreshing, and I guess this is the condition that this mothers, midwives need to be, these are the type of conditions they need to be working under, because that is the only time when they will be happy, I suppose, knowing that the environment is even conducive for them. Rafiwa Matsena?
Conducive and safe for them, Moloko Moloto. Thank you for that wonderful update. I think my sister was born at a hospital called the Florence Nightingale in Johannesburg many years ago, and I think I was born at what was then the Johannesburg General Hospital, and those conditions were good for us as well. So it's only fair that we keep that level of respect and basic human rights for mothers and children in these current times. That is reporter Moloko Moloto in Limpopo, helping